Well, up next, I've got the perfect recipe for lunch. Beautiful surroundings in the form of the Harbour Commissioner's office, the Gallic charms of Michelin-starred celebrity chef Jean-Christophe Novelli, who is in town to launch his new restaurant at the Marriott Hotel, and me. Well, it would have been very rude to turn that invitation down. Jean-Christophe, thank you so much indeed for joining us, and thank you so much indeed for bringing the restaurant to Belfast. But this is by no means your first visit here. You've been coming for quite a few years.
That's right, yeah. My very first visit was 22 years ago.
You must notice quite a change.
Oh, yes.
And why have you chosen to come to Belfast to launch yourself back in the restaurant scene?
Obviously, Belfast was never a plan in my destinations. But when I was introduced from Interstate to do something with the Marriott, I remember one thing which actually ticked me is how passionate everybody was at the board meeting. Therefore, it's not just business with numbers and money, this and that.
Because we are passionate about our food here.
You have to have passion. If you do, it's an advantage, because otherwise you're just a worker.
Yeah.
You're just a robot. And I think when you spend so many hours in a kitchen, you know, you're doing something which is very perishable, which is dealing with food, fresh food, local food, exciting ingredients. And if you miss out these transitions between the plate yourself and pleasing, it doesn't work. And days are long, where I look back the years and the days, the time I spent in the kitchen is like, it was a 5 minutes of my life.
Really?
Because the excitement, you're never satisfied of anything. You want to do more. And I think the things with cooking is there is no stop. There is no limits. There is always a style, and that's what is exciting. And you look at the local chefs in Northern Ireland, all of a sudden there is like mushrooms, they just turn up, but there've always be fabulous chefs. And it's now they've got a way to be recognized. I remember when Paul Ranking, which is one of my dear friends, and also I just adore him, when they first opened this fantastic first ever Michelin star in Belfast. I remember everybody about Belfast, is it possible? It's
so exciting for us.
And when you look now, it's just,
Yeah.
And this is what it's the link. There's passion, there's the honesty, the investment. I mean, investing your name is very important. And also passing back your expertise.
You know from being in the centre of Belfast, you're never more than 10 minutes from a great market, be it in the middle of the ocean or out in the countryside.
That's right.
So you're going to have fresh food on the doorstep.
And this is so important for me, because having good suppliers, fantastic food, is my musical notes. Anyone. And if I don't have those notes, I can't make you any songs, I can't make you anything exciting. Therefore, somewhere is an advantage already to be part of this process, which is generating new investments, bringing a lot of people in, open eyes. I feel delighted. Thank you.
Well, family is obviously very important to you. You have your children, your gorgeous wife. And how do you balance the two?
Well, it is the fact that for me, the family life is the most important thing. I've got to say that. And also I'm very privileged I can actually do, enjoy and live these wonderful things, which is to see your kids growing, I see my wife every day. We work together, we have the same ideas. It's fantastic, I know as a chef I make a living, but somehow I think I was born not to ask that much. And I think cooking is one of those things which basically can definitely bring lots of happiness and excitement.
Can I just ask, how is your little son? Because I know he's been diagnosed as not being very well. How is he?
That's right. Well, thank you for asking, by the way. Valentino is going through, obviously, some difficult period, obviously, it's only 5 months. But he's still there under treatment, and we're waiting.
And he's a little battler, and I
you should see him.
Can only imagine that your other children are just loving life with you and the family.
Absolutely, and who knows, one day he will be sitting at the,
Well,
at the Marriott.
You bring Valentino over and I will buy him an orange juice.
An orange juice?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jean-Christophe, thank you so much indeed.
It's a
I
pleasure.
cannot wait for the restaurant to open. It's
Thank
an
you.
absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Oh, I could listen to that man read the telephone directly. And don't you just hate it when you're enjoying your lunch date company so much you forget to eat?